and you realize your size is not there. You get frustrated because your size is not there. You know what I think? I say, oh, bad assortment. Or if you go to a restaurant and you're looking for yogurt and that flavor is not there, what do you say? Ay, ibang flavor na lang. But what do I say? I say bad auto replenishment. If I go to a store and then the point of sale yun yung cashier, if that's not working, you say, ay, ano ba yan? I'm gonna wait 30 minutes. But what do I say as a business analyst? I say, tomorrow the CIO is in trouble. So it's a different kind of thinking, but it's relatable because you already experience it in your day-to-day lives. Diba? Question? Okay, so within retail, you can even specialize even further into what we call verticals. So the first one is department store. The good thing about retail industry is it's very resilient to the market changes. For example, you are in financial industry. When the Brexit happened, my portfolio dropped. It's that sensitive to what's going on with the world, what the news are, what the bad news, good news in the world, right? Not retail. If the market is good, department store industry goes up. You know why? People can spend, right? They have extra money to buy nicer things, nicer shoes, more stuff, correct? If the market is bad, we have the grocery industry that's gonna keep us alive. Why? Because if the market is bad, guess what? People are still gonna eat, correct? Those basic needs still need to be met. Therefore, when the market is bad, the retail industry, specifically the grocery, goes up. And in fact, I am a living example that with the 2 recessions in the US, this market kept me afloat. So in the recession of 2002, I was lucky enough to be in a grocery retailer implementation. In the real estate drop in 2008, again, I was working for another retailer in Minnesota. And now, the market in the US has not really picked up yet. I have friends who are not, who have not had projects for 6 months. But what did I do? Went to Asia, to a grocery retailer, and guess what? That is also very strong. Okay, so that's how good this market is. The other thing too is, it caters to trends. So what are trends? The gadgets, the gizmos, the Pandora charms, the necklaces, Tiffany's, and everything. That one is also good because even if the trend goes up and down, you can ride that that trend in the market and still have good business and still be relevant. Okay. But is that it? Is that all the 3? That is just what it is now. There's still 2 fields in retail that is untapped or have not been have not reached its highest potential yet, and these are e-commerce. Why do I say e-commerce? Because Oracle, SAP, does not have the big players in retail industry software, have not really capitalized on e-commerce yet. You have websites and everything, but the website, apart from Amazon and those endless aisles, have not really capitalized and hooked up the e-commerce with the supply chain, with the inventory and merchandising. Only Walmart, Amazon have done that successfully. So for the regular shops that cannot buy $5 million SAP licenses, that is pretty much an untapped market. Okay? This is the biggest thing. Have you heard of retail convergence? No? Okay, let me explain. SAP, Oracle, they were created back in the 90s. What's a big player now that was not there yet in the 90s in terms of your behaviors? There's no Facebook in the 90s, right? There's no Twitter. There's no Instagram. All the SAP, the Microsofts, the Oracles in the world did not factor in that social media component, which all of us now are very much accustomed to. So again, that's an untapped market. Right now, there's only one company that's trying to do this retail convergence, and one, it's gonna take them years to come up with a system that's gonna take advantage of that with no bugs, or at least stable. And two, when they create one, because of the investment that they're gonna do, again, they're only gonna cater to the multi-million-dollar industries. The what we call middle tier and lower tier is still an untapped market. Questions? The other thing too with retail convergence, as the name itself, is convergence, meaning it's the meeting of all the channels. So for example, if I look at my app, I go shopping, kunyari, I put in a cart one dress from Neiman Marcus or Macy's, and then I walk into the store. The app will automatically talk to location services and say, hey Ayla, I noticed that you have a top that is saved in your what do you call that, shopping cart. Can I offer you 10% discount? So an automatic, almost intelligent behavior like that, where your e-commerce talks to your applications, which talks to your merchandising, which talks to your supply chain. That's why it's called convergence of all those things. Okay? All good so far?
Good so
Questions?
far.
All right, what is DBR? I'm sure you have not heard of our company. We are a very, very small company. Started in 2003 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with just myself. Eventually grew to... My husband set up the business. Sorry, Annie.
I love you.
I love you. And then eventually we grew a little bit throughout the years. We've done a few implementations. So we've done Toys R Us in New Jersey, FedEx Kinko's in Dallas, Lojas Renner in Brazil, Office Depot in Florida, Circuit City in Virginia, Coles Myer in Australia, Gander Mountain in Minnesota, Gap in San Francisco, Galeries Lafayette in Paris.
What year was the Brazil stint?
2010 to 2013. Yeah, not too
Okay.
long ago. That's
So
where I learned
after I got
Portuguese.
married already.
Oh yeah, I came back
Yeah.
here for your
Yeah.
for your wedding. We've been around for 13 years. We've done 24 client implementations, small parts, and in 5 continents. And with my work, we were actually able to visit 124 cities, and mostly free because it's from work travels. So another perks of being in consulting. Why are we here? As a company, we have a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal, a 15-year goal. But today, I just want to focus on 2 goals that we have this year. We want to start an operation in the Philippines. And we want to hire talents as business analysts and come up with an expedited plan to get people to be ready for a client implementation where analysis, the true analysis is required. Why Philippines? If we have this in India, the resources could have been way, way, way cheaper. If we do this in Thailand, the tax breaks are way, way better. If we do this in the US, it'll be so convenient because we live there. But why the Philippines? Because I've worked with many people, many cultures, many nationalities. And guess what? It's the Filipino creative thinking, resilience, hard work is really what impressed me the most. And in fact, this project that I'm working now, our CIO is very specific, saying, from now on, we are only going to get either Accenture or ex-Accenture folks from Manila. That's the reputation of Accenture in the world. And even more so, that's the reputation of Accenture Manila to the rest of Asia and the rest of the world. Isn't that amazing? Aren't you guys proud?
Pwede pala ako dyan, Als.
But I can't afford you. Diba? To be honest, isn't that amazing? A CIO of a $4 billion retailer would say, I want Accenture and I
Specifically.
want specifically Manila. Right? So